Okay, so we are kicking off 2 days of live coverage here in Denver, Colorado for the Schwab IMPACT Conference. I just flew in last night. I was at actually FPA in Las Vegas. So we're doing a double duty this week, and I could not be more excited to be covering Schwab and to start off our coverage with my good friend John O'Connell, who is the founder of the Oasis Group. John, thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me, Chuck. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, and thanks for taking some time. I know you'll be speaking here later, and you're very busy as well. So let me just frame this a little bit for the audience. We talk, of course, about going RIA.
Yes.
When you set up your own RIA, one of the best things is you get to have your own technology stack. One of the worst things is you get to have your own technology stack. And here's what I would like to talk about today. It's not so much buying the technology. So our tech stack at Sovereign is essentially Orion, Salesforce, and eMoney.
Yes.
Some other things as well, but those are the three main ones. Here's what I want the audience to know, and I want to get your thoughts on this as well. It is not as simple as writing the check to Orion. That's your starting point. Then you have to bear in mind, as you're making your plan and putting together your pro forma, you're going to be writing a check to the person pressing the buttons to make Orion work.
That's right.
Then, in the case of mine, because we wanted to do some more sophisticated integration between Orion and Salesforce and eMoney, we hired a consultant to make that happen.
Yes.
Then that consultant dropped the ball, so I had to hire another consultant to consult to the consultant to make everything work. And that brings in the Oasis Group.
Yes.
So the point is, when you're getting your technology, remember the technology cost is your starting point. You still need the staff to press the buttons, and if you're looking to do something sophisticated, you need the consulting team to make that happen. So with all this said, John,
yes,
for the audience members that are looking to set up their own RIA, what should they be thinking about for their technology?
So the first thing I think you need to think about when you're starting your RIA is there's a lot of technology out there, right? You could spend a ton of money on technology. It may not get you where you need to be day one. So remember, when you're starting a brand new RIA, what do you really need to do? You need to generate revenue. How do you generate revenue? You need to be able to open an account at a custodian and have those accounts tagged to your RIA.
Yeah.
So the first thing you really need to focus on would be standing up a wealth platform to be able to open those accounts, be able to fund those accounts. Digital account opening could be a nice thing for you to do. And then a light CRM or a CRM that can track the conversations you've had with the client. So the client said, yes, we're going to open the account. They're going to get the money over to us. I need tasks that my team can follow up with to move that. So I would say initially focus on what do you need to generate revenue, wealth platform, CRM, things like that. And then you can layer in financial planning, like your eMoney solution, held away account solutions, estate planning, specialty planning, tax planning. You can layer all those in. I like to say it's technology. I can guarantee you we can make it complicated.
Yeah.
Start with the basics first.
Yes.
Because you need to start generating revenue for the firm. And that's what we recommend to a lot of firms that are moving away from large wirehouses or starting out. Yeah. Maybe they've broken away from a large broker dealer. Those are what we recommend to those firms.
Okay, sounds good. So then, if they work with you at the Oasis Group, do you kind of help them compare and contrast the different offerings out there? And maybe we could talk a little bit about the idea of best in breed versus all in one.
Absolutely. So when you take a look at, number one, what I recommend for folks is they document their requirements right up front, right? Without a set of requirements, kind of like a roadmap. If you just hop in a car and start driving without Waze or another GPS, you're going to get someplace, might not be where you want to be.
Yes.
So putting together that set of requirements is critically important. When we work with the RIA firms that we work with, the first thing we do is document all those requirements for them. We like to put those in the form of a Moscow list: must have, should have, could have, and won't have. Ooh. So this way it kind of guides it. You must have these things to be successful. They could do these things. They should do these if they've got that feature set. If not, it's okay. And they definitely won't do these other things. Mm-hmm. So that's how you avoid boiling the ocean. Once you've done that, we know the marketplace really well. We know all the players. So we'll sit down and say either an all-in-one may fit for you or a best-of-breed approach would fit for you. And here's our recommended roadmap for you to implement that technology. That kind of gives you that guidebook of what do I need to do next to be successful. And then some firms will work with us on that implementation. Some firms work directly with the vendor. It all depends. A lot of times they'll work with us on the implementation and we'll be able to help them through that, because sometimes they don't have that project management skill set to be able to say there's a lot of moving parts to stand up a new wealth platform, move accounts over, get those accounts funded, get your model portfolios created, a lot of the things that an RIA would do. So a lot of times they don't have that either they don't have the bandwidth in-house or they don't have the skill set to manage that kind of a complex project. And that's where we can play a good role for them.
That sounds good. And I tell you what, something that you said there I want to re-highlight, and something that I wish I did when I started my RI, which was 6 years ago now, which is be very precise on what you need. So for us, and I guess in this case we were precise, and we were like, we need what's called portfolio group rebalancing,
yes,
which you know very well. For those of you in the audience that don't know this, do a chat GPT on portfolio group rebalancing versus account level rebalancing. It's hugely important in my opinion.
Yes.
So we went with provider XYZ. I don't want to throw anyone on the bus necessarily. And they said, well, we're going to be having that soon. So shame on me, I believed them. And soon, of course, never came. And I had to switch over to a whole new platform, which is horrible.
Yes.
How could you help advisors not make that same mistake that I made?
So you bring up three interesting good points that if you'll give me a moment, I'm going to highlight. Number one, you knew what you wanted. Your requirements were portfolio group rebalancing, primarily because of the clientele you work with. Account level rebalancing wouldn't fit the business that you have built and the clients that you want to work with. Big requirement there for that capability. The second thing is, believing a product roadmap is usually not what we would recommend.
Me. Yes, oh my God.
The reason is, if you think of these technology vendors, there's competitive forces that are affecting their product roadmap. There's bugs that they need to fix that affect their product roadmap. They may sign a really large client they're contractually obligated to deliver something for that will affect their product roadmap. And then they have enhancements that are coming out from their own executive team or their own product team to affect their product roadmap. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of place to juggle. Yeah. And sometimes what happens is things that they said they wanted to do or thought they wanted to do just fall off the table because there's too many plates being juggled at once. So what we like to do is get those requirements down, in your case, the portfolio group rebalancing, really understand the capabilities that the vendors have today, not what they may have tomorrow. What do they have today? You're running a business today, not tomorrow. So you need to run that today. Yeah. Getting that set of requirements will eliminate some vendors that just simply don't have that capability at this point. And then the third thing that I'll recommend is, you mentioned earlier the fingers to press the buttons. There's also bringing all this together, the integration that you need to satisfy the requirements that you're getting from your clients. Your clients expect portfolio group rebalancing. Yep. You can't not deliver that. So getting the integration between some of the pieces that you have, some of your technology stack, so that you can deliver that for your clients, that may be a skill set that's not in your organization, where bringing on a consultant can give you that lift that you need to deliver that for your clients, and then document it ideally moving forward. Not documenting it is shoddy workmanship. You got to make sure it's documented. When they leave, you got to be able to run it.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's a good place to put a pin in it for today, John. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
You bet. Okay, so that's it for segment number 1. We have 3 more segments left to go here today and all day tomorrow, so I'll be back in another 45-50 minutes with some more content. I will see you then.